I was just gifted the SimPure countertop reverse osmosis system, and this is an amazing system. I've already been putting it to the test, and there are a lot of reasons why you will want to consider this system if you want a reverse osmosis filtration system. So let me show you all the features. Now, to start off with, I'm going to show you the back of it, as this is where most of the magic happens. You can pop open this top and then the whole water pitcher comes out. It has this great handle. You will definitely put this to use when you fill this up, as it holds quite a lot of water. And what's really great about this system is that, to start off with, it has a stainless steel mesh filter on the water intake valve, so it already filters the water before it goes through the rest of the 5-stage filter system. But on the other side, it actually takes the refuse or reject water from the reverse osmosis filter and puts it back into this pitcher. And you may notice when you use it that there's actually a plastic wall that goes up a good distance on the pitcher. And when the water is fully emptied on this side, what's on this side is going to be concentrated reject water. So this is actually continuing to cycle through the water in this pitcher until it gets it fully concentrated to the water you want to dump out. This is a really brilliant design because reverse osmosis systems always have reject water, and this is wasting the least amount of water while giving you pure water on the other side. Now let me get into these two filters right here. You have your composite filter and your reverse osmosis filter. These two filters, and there's one more filter at the front, are all 6-month, 528-gallon filters, and they're all exceptional. These are ANSI NSF certified, they're SGS certified. They are designed to reduce over 1,000 chemicals and reduce TDS by over 90%. Just go to the listing and you will see everything these remove. You are truly getting pure water on the other side. Now, the first one, the composite filter, I've already been running this, so this is probably going to drip, but when you change it out, all you do is twist it open and it pops right out. And this filter is starting out with a sediment filter, it's a polypropylene filter, and then the rest of it is a carbon block. That is your first main filter. And then your reverse osmosis filter right here is a 0.0001 micron filter. So this is really catching everything and clearing out your water completely. And these filters really are as easy to replace as just twisting out and twisting back in the new ones. And all you're really going to do most of the time is just refill this filter when needed, tuck it back in, and then lock down the top. Let me show you the front. Now that we're at the front, I want to show you the final filter, and that is in the borosilicate glass pitcher. I love that the water ends up in glass, and specifically that it has one more filter it runs through before it hits the glass, because inside this device there is plastic tubing. So this final filter can be an activated carbon filter or an alkalinity mineral filter. So you can choose which one you want here. And this one really does just twist out of the top like so. And when you first get it, it's going to run gray from the charcoal. So you'll want to rinse it out. Keep in mind that some people actually prefer charcoal water, so maybe you won't care. It's not a concern if the water is gray, but for me, I rinsed it out completely. And this really does clear out any additional impurities right before your water goes into the glass pitcher. And this is also a 6-month, 528-gallon filter, so all of the filters can be replaced at the same time. I really like that. It makes it much easier to manage the system. This can sit on top of this nice base that's magnetic and comes apart with drainage. And this is really nice because sometimes you'll pull your cup away before it's finished, or maybe it'll spill, and it's not going to spill everywhere on your countertop. And this just magnetically clicks on, and then you can add your pitcher. Now you can use this with other pitchers, cups, whatever you want to put under it. You'll just miss out on this last filter, but the water is already going to be exceptionally pure. Now let me fill up this tank and plug it in, and I'll show you exactly how this works. And now the water tank is full, and you can see all the lights turn on when it's plugged in. This is super, super simple. You have your flushing button. What this is going to do is flush water through all the filters, and if you hold it down for 5 seconds, it will do an internal flush, just making sure everything's super clean. When you first get this, you will need to have it flush about 4 times. You really want to get everything clean before you start drinking the water. So that's all that button does. You will only use it when you change out the filters. That's the same with the final button. You have a reset button, and all this button is doing is telling the device that you have replaced all the filters. So again, these 2 buttons you really don't need to hit very often, and you will get notifications along the top here that will say things like change filters, change water, water's out. What you need to know will be up here. The next 3 buttons are just how much water you want it to filter. You have 12 ounces, 18 ounces, and 36 ounces. And on any of these, if you want them to stop, just press them again. So I'm just going to press 12 ounces. And it will immediately start running. I will tell you right now that it is a little slow, and that makes sense. It's really focusing on giving you high quality, filtered, pure water. And I do have another reverse osmosis system, and the other system will actually pre-filter the water into a pitcher that it then serves me from. But if I'm not drinking water regularly, that water can get really stale and gross, and it's in plastic, so I don't like that as much. Whereas this, I love that I can just have it give me water exactly when I want, and it's going into a nice glass pitcher, ready for me to enjoy. Now, when it's running, you can hear it. It does have a whirring noise, which I'm sure you hear next to me, but when it's not running, it is perfectly silent. Now, it filled up exactly what I wanted, 12 ounces, and this borosilicate glass, that's always a mouthful for me, pitcher actually does have measurements on one side of it, so you can see where you're at. And I'm gonna test it right now between my regular tap water and then the water from this pitcher. And I'll move these glasses actually, so the filtered water is next to the filter. Now I have my filtered water and my tap water. I have already been using this, so I do know the differences here, but let me test it again just to be sure. Now the differences are striking. I do want to point out to begin with that I have really clean water where I am, but even so, I can taste more minerals. I can taste a little bit of something that tastes kind of chemically, and there is a slight odor to my tap water, things I would never notice until I drink this water that is as pure and clean as I could ever imagine. I am just drinking straight water. There doesn't seem to be anything else in it that I can taste or see or smell. And this really does remove everything. They promise it will remove 99.99% of over 1,000 contaminants. It's reducing your PFOAs, so that's amazing too. I love that it takes the fluoride out of our water, as we do have fluoridated water where we're at, and you can trust that it's really doing all of those things, as this is a US company out of Seattle, Washington, and they have all of the certifications. They are fully tested and certified by SGS against the NSF ANSI 58 standard, the EPA 537 standard, and the GBT 5750 standard. That is impressive. So if you are looking for some truly pure water that you can feel great about for yourself and your family, you are going to love this countertop system from SimPure. I will definitely be using this moving forward.